The art of magnetic presence. Let me tell you something that'll change the way you think about attraction. The men who linger in a woman's mind for years aren't always the loudest, richest, or best-looking. They're the ones who make her feel something real, something she can't explain. While others chase validation, these men move differently. They don't perform. They awaken. Picture this: two men talk to the same woman. One throws out jokes, compliments, and clever lines, trying hard to win her attention. The other just listens. He asks a few questions. He's calm, grounded, and somehow she keeps leaning in. That's not luck, it's presence. Because attraction isn't built on performance. It's built on contrast. Most men rush to fill silence. The strong man lets it breathe. Most men chase approval. The grounded man triggers curiosity. And curiosity, when paired with calm masculine energy, becomes magnetic. Today, I'll show you 5 questions that create that quiet power. These aren't pickup lines, they're psychological keys that open emotional doors. When you ask them with composure, when your energy says, "I am enough," she feels it. The truth is simple. When you learn to make a woman think, you'll never need to beg her to feel. We live in an age of noise, endless chatter, constant flexing, shallow confidence. Everyone's trying to be seen. But what makes a woman crave your presence isn't volume, it's stillness. Flirting isn't about performing. It's about creating depth. You don't attract through clever words, you attract through grounded curiosity. When you ask the right questions with peace in your voice, you strip away her mask. And when that mask falls, connection begins. That's why Stoic men seem mysterious. They're not hiding, they're just not trying to prove. Their calm disarms. Their focus commands attention. When you mix stillness with emotional intelligence, the dynamic flips. You stop chasing, and she starts chasing the feeling she gets around you. So listen carefully. These 5 questions will change the way you flirt forever. This is where awakening begins. Question 1. What do you think people misunderstand about you? Every woman carries a version of herself the world doesn't see. The polished smile, the confidence, the charm, all of it is armor. Armor built from judgment, pressure, and the need to survive. Behind every composed woman is a story few have taken the time to hear. That's why this question, what do you think people misunderstand about you, cuts through the noise. It's not a flirtation. It's an invitation. It tells her you're not here for her surface, you're here for her truth. Most men stay shallow. They perform, they impress, they chase. But a woman's real desire awakens in stillness. When you ask this question with genuine curiosity, not need, you create safety. And in that safety, her guard begins to fall. Psychologically, this taps into what's called the disclosure response cycle. When someone opens up about how they've been misunderstood, they access vulnerability. The person who listens becomes linked to that emotional release. You make her feel seen, and the one who makes her feel seen becomes unforgettable. I once coached a man named Jason, a quiet designer who thought women overlooked him because he wasn't bold enough. One evening, instead of trying to impress, he simply asked, "What do you think people misunderstand about you?" She went silent, surprised. Then she said softly, "People think I'm confident, but most of the time, I'm anxious." Jason didn't interrupt. He smiled gently and said, "That's beautiful. The world sees strength, but you know the cost of it." Her eyes changed in that moment. Not because of charm, but because of connection. That's the power of curiosity without agenda. The average man talks to impress. The rare man listens to understand. Women feel that difference immediately. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth." Remember that when you ask this question, you're showing that truth is layered, that you see beyond appearances. But be warned, this question only works if you can handle honesty. If she shares something real and you flinch, you lose her respect. Presence means standing firm even when emotions rise. That's the essence of the masculine, not fixing, not performing, but seeing. Because she may forget the man who made her laugh, but she'll never forget the man who made her feel understood. Ask her what people misunderstand about her, and you won't just start a conversation. You'll start a connection.